We're here.
We're here. Hi. How are you?
Ready?
Are you good?
Yeah, I'm doing better today. I think it was because we woke up and it was raining, and that feels so good in the desert.
The nice weather put me in a better mood, and also I found bamboo skewers last night, which informed what I'm making today. I've been looking for these since the corona.
That's awesome.
I'm very excited about it.
Yay. Yeah, you just had like a treasure hunt day.
Today was one of those lucky days, you know, you go to yard sales and estate sales sometimes, and you just get lucky, and I found a rather large client, so I'm very excited.
Yay!
But I'm here today. My purpose today is to talk about tofu and tofu vegetarian
tofu talk. We're gonna have the tofu talk. We're gonna have the tofu talk.
It's time we have the tofu talk. The thing about it is, okay, this is so Coronaville because I don't have a grill. I'm literally using the vegetables in my refrigerator. I bought nothing special. I had some tofu and I found some skewers, and this is why we're doing this.
Okay, yeehaw!
So, you know, when you have those experiences at a restaurant where you just go, damn, that was good. Yeah. I have to recreate that. I'll never forget my first time at Green's in San Francisco. If anybody knows the city, it's at Fort Mason. It's on the water. It's like the premier 5-star vegetarian restaurant in the United States. It's so good. Deborah Madison, who lives in Santa Fe.
Yes, hi.
But at the time, this was like 25 years ago, and I just graduated from college, and I was like, oh my God, and I was full-blown vegetarian, and I'm like, oh, you could have 5-star cuisine and not eat meat. What? That was a revelation for a lot of people. And I ordered this brochettes, olive greens, and I was blown away at how tasty they were. And then I bought the cookbook, and I made every single recipe out of that cookbook over the years. It's a fantastic cookbook. Mm-hmm. They know how to prepare vegetables to make them taste good. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And so that's what I really love about this. Now, so let's just have this talk about tofu. Tofu is really a bland, blah tasting thing.
Flavorless, without flavor.
You know, it's soybean cake, you know, you gotta it's high in protein, it's great, but you have to seriously deal with it with spices and marinades and different things. And there's so many things you can do with it, but it's like, you know, a lot of people I don't think realize what they're doing wrong, you know. For example, why do you say I have these weird...
What are you doing?
In this pan, squishing this white substance. Well, here's the thing with tofu. So I bought this organic, extra firm tofu because you don't want the light ones because they fall apart. Mm-hmm. You want the extra firm, you want it organic. Okay. And there's so much water in the firm tofu. And guess what? Oil and water.
Don't mix.
So you have to get the water out of the tofu. Now, I learned this a long time ago, but I still watch people make stuff with tofu, and I say to them, hey, are you going to press your tofu? And they're like, what? So if this is a revelation right now to anyone watching, you know.
Press your tofu.
So I do funny things like, okay, this has been pressing for like 8 minutes, literally soaked these paper towels. And, you know, I just you want a flat surface, like a breadboard or a pan, and then something a little heavy. And it keeps the press for like 10 or 15 minutes to get the water out. You have to do this, or else none of the stuff you're going to add to it is going to absorb. It's like a sponge. Okay.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So that's the tofu talk.
Now, see, that wasn't that bad, was it?
Look, it wasn't. Nobody got, embarrassed. It was fine.
Somebody's brother worked there. I don't know who that is, but somebody's talking about it.
Oh, that's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it's a wonderful place, and if you're ever there, you go.
I used to go to a place in New York, in Manhattan, called Vegetarian's Paradise, and they did stuff with tofu that was like magic, like a magician made it. Like you'd order sweet and sour shrimp, which was not shrimp, but it looked like shrimp and tasted like shrimp. It was amazing. It's an amazing place. But it's manipulation of the food. You have to really know how to manipulate tofu and tempeh and those things. Yeah.
If you wanted to be vegetarian, and there are ways to get the feeling of steak, of the feeling of chicken, if you're missing stuff, and you think, oh, I'm going to miss out on meat or whatever. Right now, what exists, there's a billion possibilities.
This is we're in an amazing period right now, because when I was vegetarian, man,
oh God,
there was nothing.
There was nothing. I went vegetarian at the end of high school, and it was hard, and I don't even know what I was thinking, but I had to do it.
I lived on spoons.
I grew up in a family that was like total meat fest, and but like 3 times a day, and I was like, God, why do I not feel good? But it was like, the total my big fat Greek wedding with my family, even though we're not Greek, but it was like, oh, you're a vegetarian? I make you lamb. It's just like it does not compute. Okay, so anyway. So we're going to make this marinade for this tofu, and I am, just so you know, doing a riff on the greens recipe. I'm not going to make it exactly, and if you want to make it exactly, it's on the internet. I'll put the link on the recipe. Okay?
Online?
It's online. You don't even have to buy the book. It's there. I don't know why. I think because people are it's just a life changer when you can do that. So I'm baking this. I'm not grilling it. You could grill it. I don't have to soak these, Debriana tells me.
No, because you're cooking in the oven. They're not going over a flame, so you're not going to start a fire.
Don't start a fire.
No, don't start a fire.
I'm going to make this marinade, and you can put it, if you want, you can put it on beef, you can put it on fish, you can put it on lamb, tuna, anything. It's totally tasty, but guess what? This is all meat free. This is even like, you know what? This is vegan. I'm not doing any dairy products. And no animal products. So there we go. All right. So the first thing is a 1/4 cup of balsamic vinegar. And again, I have this amazing Modena balsamic. It's just like candy,
Yeah, it's very syrupy, the good balsamic.
Super syrupy and super good. So we're going to put that in there.
I could just drink it out of the bottle.
Oh my God.
I know. When the vinegar is really good, you can just drink it.
This with good olive oil. That's all you need.
Yeah. Happy land.
And then we're going to do a 1/4 cup of olive oil. I have the Sicilian Selezione. Oh, and Holly, if you're watching, extra virgin. Not just virgin, but
it's not just for virgins anymore.
Not just for virgins.
Extra virgin.
Some extra virgin. Okay, so that's so easy. 1/4 cup of each of those. Okay. Then the juice of half a lemon. Oh God, I need to get my lemon.
Oh, the lemon squeezy's coming out.
Right. I didn't think we were using it, and then
it shows up just like it always does.
Always does, doesn't it? So I'm gonna put a little bit of lemon zest in here. I don't know. I'm just feeling it right now. It's not necessarily in the recipe, but I'm gonna put it in.
Okay.
I'm feeling lemony. That's probably like half a teaspoon.
Okay.
And then look at all this mountain of garlic. Oh my God, it's a lot of garlic goes in this.
Oh, really?
Yes. Now, if I were making the true greens marinade for the tofu, they actually do a shiitake mushroom broth thing that goes before. Yeah. But I didn't have any mushroom.
Oh.
That's why we're riffing on the one that I have. In mine, I don't do it, but
well, like I think I said this before, when you're cooking vegetarian, shiitake mushroom and mushroom juice is a huge boost to flavoring vegetarian broths or marinades.
And you just let it soak.
Yep.
So it's no big deal, right? All of these things are no big deal. It's just the combination. And, you don't have to have blandness just because you're doing tofu. You can have something really yummy. But,
and your life will change with the lemon squeezer. Go get one.
That's true. Lemon squeezer. That's going to be one of our first merchandise items for sale on the Current Kitchen.
Well, that's right.
Okay, then the next thing you're going to do is, it's so easy. Just a quarter cup of everything except soy sauce is a half cup. Okay, then a quarter cup of honey. Okay, I'm using some local New Mexico Bees Farm. It's pure, natural. It's outside Albuquerque, so this is going to help with allergies.
It's local.
Yeah, you want to use local. Like so here I am at Sprouts. I'm looking at the honey. I'm thinking, okay, I need some honey. And they had a giant, thing of organic honey. I look where it's from. Guess where it's from?
Arizona?
Brazil.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I was like,
a carbon footprint. Jeez.
Well, and it was like $6.99 for a size that was probably twice as big as this. But I'm like, you know what? I want to get something in my area because I want to support, the local bee farmers, right? And also, that's a lot to get it out of a foreign country. I don't know.
Why don't you take the squeezy top off?
Are you trying to make my life easier?
I'm just wondering if there's some reason why working out your biceps.
Oh my God, what would I do without you? I'm like, okay, that just got a lot easier.
Awesome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm like, I'm going to be here for a while.
A couple of hours later, Lisa finally measures her quarter cup of honey.
You don't understand, this is my workout. Okay. Then the honey goes in. But the bee thing, what do you think about that? Like, what are your feelings?
Oh, I always get local honey if I can get it.
So if you buy from honey from out of the country, do you even know, like, if there are pesticides or,
Well, I always try to get raw because I think if it's not heat treated, you end up having more of the vitamins in it and stuff. Yeah. So I try to get raw local honey. That's my goal when I go to get honey.
Okay. Well.
And
here it is.
Yeah. And I mean, I use a lot of it because I put it in my tea all the time. I'm a big tea drinker.
This is so good. Wow.
It is.
Okay. Well, the honey goes in. So I paid twice as much and got the local honey, but there it is. All right. Half a cup of soy sauce. I think I have half a cup. Let's hope.
Okay.
I think I do.
Now we could also do a whole show on soy sauce. There's so many kinds of soy sauce, dark and premium and all
What's the
kinds of.
difference between tamari and soy sauce?
I think tamari is wheat. It's from wheat, and soy is from soy.
Oh,
I'm guessing, but I think that's what
I
it
didn't
is.
know that. Okay. All right. A teaspoon sea salt. I'm not measuring it. I'm just gonna guess.
Yeah. Okay. Oops.
And then a teaspoon of fresh ground pepper. Again, estimate.
Ish.
It looks like it's about almost there. Okay, there it is. Okay, chili powder. This is going to be the not spicy Chimayo red, and
Okay.
it's a teaspoon of that.
And that's in the original recipe, or is that your jack to it?
This is my one that's kind of, they say chili powder, but this is, they don't say this one specifically, but this is in my version. You want to know how old this is, Deborah? This piece of paper has like a font from like when there used to be like Eudora email, one of the first emails before like Hotmail. That's how old it is. Yeah. Okay. All right. Sea salt, ground pepper, olive oil. Okay. Teaspoon freshly chopped chives or scallions. And that, and 8 cloves of garlic.
Wow, 8? Holy moly.
8 cloves of garlic. Okay, I'm adding something else. I'm going to go a little crazy. I'm going to put a little coriander in here.
Because we love coriander.
Because what?
We love coriander.
Oh my God, I got the cumin on accident. Whoops.
What?
Whoopsie. Okay, see that they both had C's. Oh my God. I picked the wrong one again. Where did it go?
Well, we were going to add coriander to it.
Okay, wow. Okay. That's just, yeah. Okay. So make sure you read what it says. That's a really key point. Okay, I'm putting like, it's kind of stuck, so it's about a half a teaspoon.
So that's already ground.
Yes, already ground. I know. All of you with your little.
Nice. Buck and bee honey? That's what Milton's talking about. Buck and bee honey. Raw, unpasteurized, unfiltered.
That's local.
In Santa Fe. That's what he says is best.
Okay, I want to get some of that. I'm going to start chopping garlic. I'm going to move this.
Okay.
Because I have a lot of work to do here.
You'll get work. This marinade is going to go for the tofu and the vegetables.
Yes. I'm going to skewer everything together. Now, let's just say you're going to do the greens one. Now, what they do is they marinate. This is kind of a combo of both marinades. There are 2 different marinades with the greens one. You have one for the brochettes and then one for the tofu itself. And the tofu one has what we were saying before, which is the mushroom,
Shiitake mushroom, yeah.
And let's see.
It has a really sort of woodsy flavor to it, I think. It's the best way to describe that.
Sherry vinegar in it, olive oil, garlic, tamari. It's very similar. And a little bit of oregano, but I don't really like that. So I'm not doing that.
I'm with you. I'm not a big oregano fan.
I'm doing balsamic. They do put a little bit of Dijon in it. Well,
that would be good.
Should I?
I would.
All right. They call for a tablespoon. I think I'm going to put like a teaspoon in it. I don't know. I need a bigger knife.
Well, if I'm doing a marinade, I often put Dijon in it. So,
yeah, it's true. And also I have to put in the herbs. Scallion. I have scallions and thyme that I'm going to put in. But they put in oregano, which I'm not going to do, and marjoram, which I don't have.
I know. I just started growing some. I like marjoram.
I like it too, but I don't have it, so I'm going to put the thyme in, and I hope that's going to be okay.
Well, it's going to be delicious.
Yeah.
No one's going to eat it and go, damn, if she'd only put the marjoram in it, I'm sure it'd be better.
That's my fear, Debriana. You just described
Mom, did you forget the marjoram again? I'm not eating this.
What's wrong with you? There's no marjoram. Marge Simpson. What is marjoram? How would you describe the flavor?
I guess I would say it's a cross between thyme and oregano.
So see, I wouldn't mind putting marjoram in, right?
No, I wouldn't. It's not because it's definitely more mellow than oregano.
Oregano can be so overpowering, and I don't really love it unless it's in small amount.
I think we were over oreganoed in the 80s. Everybody put oregano on their pizza and their pizza sauce.
I agree. I totally agree. And I'm kind of, and here's the thing, everybody, you can do what you want to do in life.
In Corona Kitchen, it's all welcome, no judgment.
If you're not feeling something that's in a recipe, now wait, there may be key things like in baking that if you don't do it, it's not going to work. So scratch.
Yeah, that's true.
But in certain things where you're just not feeling it or whatever, you can substitute, you can change it up, you can do whatever you want to do. No judgment.
And it's experiment too. You might try it and then go, I don't know, I don't really like it that way. I'll try it another way the second time.
Or what if you try something and you're like, God, I know this recipe is really great, but if I just put mustard in it, I think it would be better.
I'd be so much happier. Well, when I was vegetarian, I actually used a lot of mustard.
I love mustard.
I do too, and I think because you're looking for big boosts of flavor, that especially if you're cooking with tempeh or tofu, you need it. I used a lot of TVP. I don't think people use that a lot, but I did when I was vegetarian.
Yeah, totally.
Which is actually textured vegetable protein. And that was the closest thing to what I think people use hydrolyzed peas for now. It wasn't around then, but if you eat one of those, what are they called? Beyond Beef burgers, the ones that are the veg, they have a mouthfeel that's like beef almost, and that's from the hydrolyzed peas, I think.
I just had one of those at Shake Foundation. They have them there?
Yeah, they're good. We eat them.
Yeah, we couldn't tell the difference.
Yeah.
We could not tell the difference.
Yeah. No, we eat them a lot.
So, okay. This is all going in there. Now I'm going to do some herbs, the scallions, and the thyme, pick from my garden. And I'm just going to...
Are those the regrowns?
What?
Are those the regrown scallions?
The regrown perfect scallion from just putting the bottom white part of the scallion in the dirt and watering it.
It's so great.
It's amazing.
Yeah, my leeks are super tall now. I'm going to have to make something with leeks soon.
So cool. I love it. All right. So this is going to be yummy because I've been craving... I was craving kabobs when you were making them. And then I was actually thinking, I want to make some tofu ones. So, see, that's the thing about Corona Kitchen. Your dreams come true. You can.
It is the place where dreams come true.
At least it's not a place where dreams go to die.
There we go.
So today on the post, I put in something for Black Lives Matter. I'm making a list right now of amazing films, and I'm seeking out films I've never seen about different subjects that I think really help people. And I put up Ava DuVernay's 13th documentary. Have you ever seen it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if you haven't seen it out there in audience land, it's an Emmy award-winning, Oscar nominee, all about the reference to the 13th amendment that abolished slavery. And it's just a beautiful film that really explains what's going on right now with criminal incarceration, and has great historical research and beautifully shot. And it's just, if you haven't seen it and you're wondering why we're here right now, it's a really great film. So I encourage everybody to see that right now.
I do too.
And it's on Netflix, so no excuses.
Yeah, no excuses. Yeah, I think that now is a profound time for people to be listening and learning about the history, our real history.
It really is. And God, I just think about all the time. I was saying this on our walk today. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of.
What is that?
Dijon.
Okay.
Oh, about teaspoon.
Oh, the squirty kind.
Yeah, I know. That's the Whole Food situation.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is looking pretty great right here. Yum.
Nice.
Okay, I'm going to put that to the side as I create the brochettes. And we talk more. But I was saying today, just from my own experience, I knew something was wrong in school. I just really early on was like, okay, so let me get this straight. Everybody that we're learning about is white male in these history books. Is that all there is? There were no women, there were no people of color, only white men did all these great things. And I questioned my teachers, and they're like, yeah, if it's in the book, that's what it is. And I'm like, no, that can't be. It just can't be. So I did my own research in a library. We didn't even have, the internet. Imagine that, guys. You can't conceive.
You had to go to a library. You had to go somewhere.
So I'm taking this off the tofu. I'm going to take it just a roasting pan, and my oven is at 400.
Okay.
They're going to cook. I'm going to oil the pan a little bit, 40 minutes, and I need to turn them every 10 minutes. So look at this.
Okay.
Oh my God, it was so tall, and now
it's squished in half.
Like half. And this is soaking wet. So all of that wetness would not have allowed oil to penetrate. So science.
So you can't get a crispy crust.
That's right. Oh God, especially if you're gonna do like crispy breaded tofu. My God, you have to get the water out.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a special tip. But anyways, just talking about what we're saying. I was always just knew instinctively like this just can't be it. Okay, with the tofu, the smaller the cube, the better flavor you're gonna have. You don't want it to be too small, but I'm gonna make it on the smaller side for the brochette because A, I want it to not fall off, and B, I want it to be a tasty bite. I don't want it to be a big hunk of bland tofu. I want the marinade to really get in there.
Yep. Yeah, that way it gets all coated with that marinade.
Yes.
And how long do you think that stays in there, in the marinade?
Well, this is the interesting thing on the greens recipe. You're supposed to marinate it the day before with the tofu. And in fact, they recommend 4 or 5 days.
Serious?
I am not doing that right now because this just came to me last
week. We have to eat dinner tonight.
So we'll see. But because I think I'm making it smaller than they do, they make pretty big squares. I think it's going to be fine. But, you know, I'm going to let this sit for at least a half hour, you know, before I roast it. Because I want it to really sink in there.
Wow, I wouldn't have thought to let it sit for that many days, but
weird.
But I can see it because tofu doesn't have any flavor.
Well, and I have done it for that many days before, and I can tell you, it's like, you know, don't some people do that with, like, if you did steak for 12 hours in a sealed bag or whatever, doing tofu for 4 days, I think it's the same effect. You just get this amazingly flavorful thing.
Yeah, it's a very intense bite.
But, okay, so I have these Wild Wonders organic cherry tomatoes. I have bell pepper. I have some eggplant, onion, and some squash. Now, and I'm going to put the tofu in. I'm just going to do the different, you know, random assortment. But a lot of times I like to put on potatoes on these, and you would have to parboil those for at least 10 minutes, I would say.
Yeah.
So they're still firm, but they're not.
I usually do them, well, when I do the potatoes bravas, I do them for about 7 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
This
so
they're
not too soft. Yeah.
So, so I'm just gonna, you know, assemble these, and it's gonna be really tasty.
Are you gonna soak the vegetables in the marinade then too?
What?
Are you gonna soak the vegetables in the marinade too, or just the tofu?
I'm putting it all together.
Okay.
Putting it all together. Because I am ignoring the 5-day marinade.
Because we don't have 5 days on Corona Kitchen.
I'm just gonna put it all together, and that's just my decision of what I'm gonna do right now. But normally, I probably would do it longer, and just the tofu in its own thing. But it's okay. It's gonna be delicious. Trust me.
Well, I will reiterate what Chef Pico told me at his NAMI, and I would think a dipping sauce would be a really good thing. And he told me that they're the dipping sauce we had for the. I posted the pictures online today of
that looks amazing
of the bento box and the Asian tacos, and the sauce was sriracha with some honey to taste and a little bit of sesame oil, and it was a fabulous dipping sauce.
Wow.
Oh my God, the sun is shining on your table and it looks like you're bathed in white light.
The gods are blessing me. What's happening? The angels from on high. So I'm gonna take off the eggplant skin.
And you have a lot of white food.
Kind of white. Right. Well, I have some pepper.
Peppers and tomatoes are going to perk it up a little.
I had zucchini, but I ate it.
That's what we had last night.
Did you?
Yeah, zucchini and pasta and pesto with Italian hot sausage.
Yum. I had an amazing salad last night, and the rest of the granita.
Yes, David enjoyed the granita for sure.
You know, how many days has that been? It's still really good.
Yeah, it was very flavorful. That is for sure.
It really lasted longer than I thought it would have. All right.
Well, are you going to post pictures of your skewers?
I think I'm going to do one skewer and show you, and then I'm going to finish marinating this, and I'll have photos of everything else.
Okay.
Yeah, because you just don't want to watch me stumble. That's boring.
So are you gonna skewer it first and then marinate it on the skewer?
That's what I was gonna do.
Okay, I just didn't know.
Is that how do you do it?
That would make sense.
Okay, yeah, that's how I normally do it. And here's the tomato.
Awesome.
And here's the tofu. That doesn't have any water in it.
It's perfectly dry tofu.
And here's the bell pepper. I'll be here all night.
Okay.
We'll
be eating dinner around, I don't know, midnight.
Well, you only cook it for 40 minutes, so it goes pretty quickly.
Yeah. Well, you should have children helping you. Where are your slaves?
I should, and I don't right now, but I know they love this kind of stuff.
So what is that, pepper?
That's pepper.
Okay, that looks pretty already.
I know. This is turning out to be.
It's not overly white.
Not too white. It's a summery.
Yeah, I mean, you could do a whole mushroom. I would do a mushroom in that marinade for sure.
I would if I had them. I ate them.
And there you go.
I could do I can't do a green bean, can I? Would that be fair?
I don't know. I think it might be overcooked at 40 minutes.
I have peas and I have green beans.
I had green beans off my garden trellis today. They came. They're here already.
Wow.
Yeah. I planted them early, so they are coming out, and there's nothing like a green bean off the vine. Holy moly!
Doesn't it just spring to life? Such a beautiful, lively thing.
Well, that's a pretty thing.
I know. I'm excited. So, okay, I'm going to make these, and I'm going to put them in here. And then I'm going to put the marinade on. I will take a photo. I'll let you know how they turn out. I already have complete confidence they're going to be delicious.
I do too. 5 days or half an hour. We don't care.
So there it is. I know, right?
Yeah.
What's a Kamado?
What?
What's a Kamado tomato? You know?
Oh yeah, they're those dark tomatoes. They're kind of like a chocolatey.
But color. Is there something different about the flavor or anything?
Oh yeah, I think they're much sweeter. Myself, I like the flavor of them. I grow dark tomatoes in my garden, so I grow black Krim and Cherokees, and they are like that. They're that dark, very dark, almost brown color.
I like the zebra tomatoes too.
Yeah, me too. Well, my friend, I am going to the Sexy Liberal Tour tonight.
Oh my God, that is going to be so fun.
I'm very excited. It's on a new platform new to me. It's called runtheworld.today. And we have the meet and greet in the lobby. So I'll see how that goes. And then the show, and then there's a cocktail party afterwards. So this is all on.
How do you do that online?
It's all a different life, but this is going to be interesting, and you're supposed to be able to meet people, and so that's what I'm doing.
That's just wild.
It is. Everything's changing, and it's interesting, and so I'll let you know tomorrow how it went.
Let me know. I mean, that's just like. Yeah, I know you say that, and I'm going like, oh, she's gonna like, what venue are you going to? Like, I didn't even
my living room. My venue in my living room.
I just didn't think for 1 second that you weren't going somewhere. You know?
I know, right? No, I am going over there into my living room.
You'll be in your pajamas for the comedy. Is it the usual people like? Stephanie Miller.
Yeah, John Fugel sang, and Hal Sparks, and Stephanie Miller, and we'll see who else. We'll see who else is there.
Awesome.
And also, we have a special guest on Monday, so I'm just going to reiterate that on our show on Monday.
From the kitchen.
Yeah. So I will let you know how the party is tomorrow, and show you what my secret ingredient that I've been making today is.
Yeah, what's that?
Woo! I can't tell you, man.
It looks like I have the magic glow happening right now.
Wow, I'm telling you, it's twilight in your kitchen, girl.
It's the light right now is pretty stunning, I gotta say.
Okay.
All right.
I'm off to primp for my party.
You know what I'll be doing for the next half hour.
Okay, everyone have a good night.
Be safe.
Be safe.
Watch a good informative film tonight.
Yeah.
I'm not doing what Deborah is doing.
Next time. I'll let you know when the next one is.
Okay. Bye.